This is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, back to do part 5 of my top 40 creature features. Once again, the rules real quick. No vampires or werewolves, no normal animals because I consider them animals run amok, and no more than one per franchise. So without further ado, let's get started. Coming in at number 20 is Nightbreed. This movie basically has everything. It has creatures, it's a part like a slasher, and it's really a cool story. Definitely one of my all-time faves. Wish I would have gotten the more expensive one, but I just couldn't afford it at the time. But I'm happy with this. And that's number 20, Nightbreed. Coming in at number 19, The Relic. Now, The Relic is one, I guess I didn't like it as much when I first saw it, but it's one of those movies that the more I watch it, the more I like it. It's kind of why it's ranking where it is for me. It probably will end up ranking higher in the future, but for now, it is number 19. I do like Tom Sizemore in this, and he's a funny actor for me. When he was good, he was really good. Now, if I see him in a movie nowadays, it kind of turns me off. I don't know what it is. But anyway, that is number 19, The Relic. Coming in at number 18, Judd. Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. I saw this when it first came out on video years and years ago. My buddy rented it, and we both really enjoyed it. Since then, I've seen it quite a few times, and I think every time I like it a little less. So when I was younger, this would have probably been in my top 3, but now this is kind of where it's at. I do love the story, but I do think it drags a bit in spots. And I do like Daniel Stern in this. He's a really good actor. But that is part of this 4-pack. Chud. Coming in at number 18. Coming in at number 17 is Mimic. This was one I didn't know if I should put on the list because of my rule of animals run amok. Because, well, I'm not going to say the reason why if you haven't seen it. But when I thought about it more and more, I figured, yes, it does deserve to be on this list. Because of the whole mutated sort of aspect of the film. And that's all I'm going to say. And I actually really like the sequels as well. The third one is better than the second one in my opinion, but the first one is the best of all. And this 3-film set, I do believe I bought at Walmart in the 788 bin. Don't know if it's still there, but it's definitely worth the price because you get all 3 and the director's cut of the first one. So, just FYI. Good film. And that's number 17, Mimic. Coming in at number 16, and this may surprise a lot of people, is Cloverfield. Like I said, not a big fan of the found footage subgenre of horror, but this one really did it right, and I thought that the creatures were so inventive in this. I just love the movie. I think it's great, and it has held up pretty well on each watching, which is, one of the things I like about it so much. Really a cool film. I like and I don't even know if I should call it a second one, because I guess it's part of the universe, but not an actual sequel. I don't know. But very good film, Cloverfield. A lot of fun in my opinion. Which brings us to the end of part 5. Now is where I give you a few that were on the list but didn't quite make the cut. The Mothman Prophecies. I considered several different times, and it was actually on my list for a while. I do believe it's a creature feature, but kind of got knocked off for the fact that it's, I don't know, it's, to me, it's more of a spiritual creature feature, I guess. Not spiritual, but supernatural, maybe? I don't know. But that's kind of why it didn't make the list. Next up is Pandorum. I really like Pandorum, and it was actually on my list for a while, but I wasn't quite sure what the creatures were in there, so I didn't feel I could put it on the list and live with it, if that makes sense. And lastly, The Cave. I really like The Cave. I feel it's a underrated horror film. I'm starting to hear people talk about it more and more now as they're picking it up from pawn shops and um, thrift stores and stuff like that. But I've been a fan of The Cave for quite some time, and it just missed the list. But that is the end of part 5. If you like what you see and hear, hit that like button and subscribe. But until next time, peace.